Good. Alrighty, guys. About to get started here in just a minute. We are going to go without the webcam today. You just have to figure that out. Probably later this week, over the weekend. Probably look about upgrading some gear and some whatnot. But no big deal. We're still continuing. You just won't get to see my face today. So no worries. Getting the agenda just in place, just in a second. And we're going to go over what we're going to cover today. For those who are new, welcome. My name is Trent. I run MTV I run a Patreon class that teaches cryptocurrency information, blockchain development, technical analysis, pretty much everything crypto information that you're going to need to know to be successful in this market and, kind of put yourself up for, higher success here in the next, in the future here. I work with this technology pretty often, specifically Ethereum, and I thought this would be a good idea to come on here and just teach. So for any of you guys who are new patrons, for those who are been coming for a while, of course, welcome back. Always a pleasure to have you guys here, and truly a blessing always. So absolutely. Alrighty, guys, I think we got everything just squared out. We have another, of course, jam-packed day today. Today is Thursday, April 8th, so another crazy day in the markets. Of course, yesterday and this morning, we got tons of new articles to read and just different things to cover today. So we're going to go over the agenda real quick before we hop into it. So let's go down. Awesome. Thursday. So guys, we have an NFT platform. Tom Brady is launching his own NFT platform, not an NFT, his NFT platform. So just like Rarible, OpenSea, all of those. We're going to be going over an article on that, covering of what he's going to be doing with that and see how that goes moving in the future. That is insanely huge news. For those who don't know, maybe if you don't live in the States, Tom Brady, National Football Association. I know football is different for everyone else in the world, but football here, it's with yards and, the pigskin football. And so that is massive news for us. Just bring in a ton of volume, not only just highly net worth individuals, but of course retail as well. Also going down to we're going to cover 5 key reasons of the BTC storm coming. We're going to go over some technicals. I'm going to hop in the charts just for a second. You guys know I don't really like to do too many technical analysis with the live stream, just because I feel like it takes up a lot of time, and I feel like I leave people kind of spotty with their with their knowledge sometimes if they don't understand charts exactly. And that's why we're in here to learn, and you don't get better if you don't get uncomfortable. So also on that, we're also going over McDonald's NFT. Please do not mind that spelling. I do not know why it was spelled that way, but we're going to be going over McDonald's releasing their NFT. I believe it was specifically the location in France, which is pretty awesome. So we have another massive company that is coming into the NFT space, trying to get their toes wet and kind of just maximize their side of this side this side of the space. Also, guys, we're going to be going into some passive income for crypto applications. So if you guys noticed, I had some questions the other day about what browser I was using, and this is the Brave browser. So long story short, if you don't know much about the Brave browser is a cryptocurrency kind of dedicated browser. It's actually a lot faster than Chrome. I have some stuff to back that up with, and I can link some of that in the Patreon, and I can link that below in the YouTube video as well. I don't have it right now. I can go back after the live stream and update it. But long story short, you receive passive income from using Brave browser. So up here in the top right corner, you can see right here, anytime you use the Brave browser, here I can just try to see if I can do this just real quick, if there's any way I can try to get in here. Here, reward system. And then so basically all it does is that it presents ads to you, and it kind of it's called basic attention token. So it just gets your basic attention. You don't need to watch any ads or anything like that. So I think for me, I have 5 ads per hour or whatever. And then up here in the top right corner, you'd see a little 1 or a 2 or whatever, and you would click that to show that your basic attention, that you're somewhat paying attention, so people can't just come in here and just sit here and just get all this free money. But it's nothing absolutely bonkers, but it's pretty cool over the long term. I think over my entire time I've had the Brave browser, I've been using it for about a year now, a year and a half, a year and 6 months. I've collected I think $60 to $90 just in Brave token. So I mean, it's real money. So if you want to cash out and do whatever with it, you can. So it's just a super good way to get passive income, if you're already on the computer a ton. Nothing better than free money. So, people never complain about free money. So, awesome on that. And then also, we're going to be going into our State Street trading crypto. So, State Street is, I believe, hedge and investment fund. They manage about $3 trillion in assets. So, actually, no, not 3 trillion. 2.5, I think 3 trillion. I saw 3 trillion earlier this morning on a tweet this morning, but I didn't know if that was exactly right. But they do handle a lot of money. So, them stepping into the space, doing trades, CME futures, and, other volume enticing activities within the market is all thumbs up with me. We need all the people that we can get, and this attention, we love attention in this space because that is bringing retail, that's bringing institutions, that is bringing everybody to come see and see how shiny and great this new pipeline is, which is crypto. So awesome, guys. We covered over our agenda for the day for Grammarly. From our Grammarly doc. Make sure we're doing okay. Good. Awesome. Alrighty, guys. So for the first article, we are going to be covering Tom Brady is getting into NFTs with a new platform. So I read over this just a little bit yesterday, and the news came out, I think it was yesterday, April 7th, around 5 p.m. This is when this was published, but I heard about it at like 2 p.m. ish. So some key facts about it: Brady will act as a co-chairman along Richard Ransbelt on the former owner of MySpace, according to Autograph's website. And the CEO of the company is Roosevelt's 23-year-old son, Dylan. So I think this is awesome. We're just gonna stop with this key point here, and let me just continue real quick. The board of directors, including industry heavyweights like Lionsgate CEO John Felter, Cameron CEO, Steven Galanis, Live National CEO Michael Rapino, of DraftKings CEO Jason Roberts, Medela Entertainment CEO Peter Cooper, who owns the Golden State Warriors, and the Lakers and Dodgers are the part owners team. So as you can tell just from these key facts, I don't really think I'm gonna see what else is at the bottom here, if there's anything else I wanted to cover. But going over this first, this is a massive, I say this all the time, but every single day we get something like this, whether it be institutions buying, high net worth individuals coming into the space to see what this is about. And I noticed that when people of higher net worth come into this and they may not understand exactly what they're doing, or how to explain it, but usually they are backed up by people who have been here for a while and understand exactly what it takes to maximize this. So the idea of Roosevelt's 23-year-old son Dylan being the main operator of this is huge, because as someone that young, I mean, I do not know him personally, of course, but as someone who has obtained this role, I would imagine that this person has been somewhat around this space for quite a while and has great knowledge as to how to execute this properly. So not only has he pulled in Tom Brady, but he has pulled in other CEOs from massive amounts of corporations and different walks of life, of net worth and accomplishments and everything along those lines. So you have CEOs of Lakers, you got Golden State Warriors, you have DraftKings, you have MySpace, you just have all these people, you have all these older individuals who are now taking this leap into the space, funneling millions, if not billions of dollars within this sector. So these aren't going anywhere. We've constantly talked about this. If this was a bubble, an NFT bubble, if this was something to be concerned about, if it was even worth getting into NFTs right now. And my personal opinion, guys, what I can tell you is yes. This is not going anywhere. I do not see this going anywhere. This is in my opinion, a long-term hold and investment. I truly do believe if you pick your cards right with buying these NFTs or making them, as people have done in the past, of selling and buying, you will be heavily profitable in this market, I would say. It's the same way of holding. Let's see what happened. I don't even know what happened. Let's see. Not sure what even happened. Okay. Alrighty. I'm sorry, guys. I had no idea what just happened. Like I've been saying, guys, I've been having some of the worst technical difficulties ever. And I have no idea. And I'm a pretty tech savvy guy too. It's not like it's not like I don't know what I'm doing either. It's like for some reason, it's just I cannot catch a break with some of these technical difficulties. So I apologize for that brief interruption. My computer's started making noises. The do whatever it does when you connect and disconnect USB ports, and the software was just not having it. So whatever, no worries. It is what it is. Technology is not perfect. Man-made error is the most common error. So not the biggest deal in the world. We can kind of pick up where we left off. And actually, we're really about to hop into our next article, to be honest. So awesome. Now going over to our 5 keys of reasons as to why Bitcoin will see new all-time highs. This is from Chris Voyer. This is from April 7th, just yesterday. So going down, we got a couple key points that we need to cover for BTC and what it's looking like for the next probably week, at least for the month of April. As you guys know, April is maybe you guys didn't know, but April is one of the best months for cryptocurrency performance and also for stocks, which is actually pretty crazy. March is actually some of the worst month for stocks and crypto combined, which is pretty crazy. So it's usually a bad month, just from not being up high percentage wise. So a couple reasons. We have whales have stopped selling. So whales, if you guys do not know, whales are individuals who hold a good amount of Bitcoin. Individuals such as me, you, grandpa, maybe high net worth individual, maybe mostly early adopters and high net worth individuals. Also going down to long-term holders, selling their Bitcoin is slowing down. So as you guys know, people, like who had gotten in earlier, if we even hop into the chart, you can even just see right here, they have a nice chart for us right here. 2019 BTC top, you can tell if you, bought here, you are obviously probably going to wait and probably try to sell here or here. And, those are the times that, we are high in price. Bitcoin's up. If you buy low, you sell high. That's just typically usually how it goes. So individuals who had gotten in later, at a higher price point, say your average cost is 52,000 or 55 even, or even 56, you may not be sitting as pretty as someone who got in at 19 or even 22 or, even 35K. It's really all about timing. And, I've been talking about it for a while, nothing to your guys' fault. I never shun anybody for, not getting in early. I just try to keep doors ajar, and, if you want to walk in, you can. And that's really the whole reason I do these live streams, just to give you the magnitude of how this space is heading. So long story short, don't even really need to worry about that. You guys are here now. That's all that really matters. So continuing going down, miners have turned into Bitcoin accumulations again. So that means that miners are now at the Bitcoin that they mine, they are holding. They are not trying to sell for a profit as of right now. They're holding to keep electric costs. They got to pay their electric bill, because that's how mining is done. It's used a good amount of electricity, and the algorithms and all that jazz. For all you who know how Bitcoin is mined, we won't go into that heavily, just for the reasons as we've already explained it. Miners' net accumulation has hit they are holding quite high. Institutional demand also does remain high, as you can see here on the chart. I believe the green. Here, let's go. The green indicates the buying pressure of institutions, and the red indicates the selling. We had seen institutions kind of try to keep the price down and do other things that were going to try to benefit them in getting a lower price point, which is nothing really too bad to turn heads at. We have whales in every space, whether that be stock market, cryptocurrency. It really comes with any market, so it's not really the biggest deal, of course. When it comes to whales, it kind of actually shows bullish momentum if we're kind of talking about anything, to be honest. Along those lines. So, and also scrolling down, let's see what else we have here at the end of the article. Weekly ascending triangle looks close to the break. We usually know that ascending triangles are somewhat bullish, usually break up to the upside. Not all the time, but most of the time it is kind of a bullish pattern. So going through all these, 5 different steps here that we covered, all kind of explain a really good detailed explanation as to how things are going to be heading in the market. Somewhat, not everything is set in stone and certain, but, as you can tell, kind of in the past, we have had a very good, rally up, and we still are in a bull market. So it's a lot easier to be correct in a bull market than it is to be in a bear market. So absolutely, and awesome, guys. So covering also the rest of the NFT space. I didn't want to go into the rest of them too deep because we've already covered Tom Brady's, but McDonald's is also doing one, which is terrific. McDonald's of France is doing their own NFT collection. I believe this is dropping on 9/4/2021. So they're doing I think it's a chocolate chip frappuccino, and also a large fry, which is pretty funny. I actually might say that these might be outrageously priced, but I do like collecting these just because I think they're really, really cool. And honestly, if you buy one of these, I would not see how this would not go up in value, if we're being 100% real. Depending on the quantity, if they do 1-1 or they do 15-15 or 20-20, I could see how this could be a value. And I don't really need to cover this again because we've covered NFTs a million times. I just like to bring you guys the news and tell you guys exactly what's going on, and you can see the magnitude of how these NFTs are playing out and why people find these important and just why people are doing them in general. Really simple, plain as that. Even Playboy, we've got a lot of NFT news. It seems like domino effects, one after the other. We get just so many people every day that come over that announce that they're doing this. You know, Playboy's doing the exact same thing. Let's see what I don't know what they're going to be publishing yet. I don't know if they went into depth just yet about what they're going to be publishing. They might, you know, it'll probably be something art related. I don't know if they do like a magazine or something. That'd be actually really cool. To be honest, that'd be really dope. But honestly, I think Playboy has been in somewhat dabbling cryptocurrency for quite a while actually. Here, if we read this. See, this isn't Playboy's first time playing in blockchain space, as Compares was looking to integrate cryptocurrency support a few years ago. Reports have shown that Playboy entered partnerships with Canadian firm called Global Blockchain Technologies. So that's always interesting. You know, just like we covered kind of the other day with Sacramento Kings and their mining operation that they had back in like 2016, even 20, I think 2016, 2017. You know, that was the first, like, no one ever heard about that. You know, they probably talked about it, but just the fact that it just didn't have the spotlight on it, no one really kind of cared. You know, there wasn't a really reason to cover it at all. But now, you know, that cryptocurrency is doing this thing, and, you know, finance sector is collapsing. If, you know, people print too much money, you know, now we're getting the light of, you know, this type of magnitude and this type of space as to where we're going. You know, absolutely. So didn't want to cover those too long, because we've already really covered them a ton. We've heard a ton of NFT stuff, and I kind of briefly covered the reward system, but I'll kind of go deeper in that as well. Reward system allows decentralized messaging apps users to earn crypto. So kind of the same way that I just kind of covered with the Brave browser, the same way that you can get passive income from here. There are many other apps that are doing the exact same process that Brave is doing. They are now integrating kind of like a basic attention token, or maybe rewards for, let's say I don't know, you chat 5 friends on a, you know, crypto message platform, and then after those 5 friends you get maybe that app special token, or, you know, maybe your friend gets a special bonus for you doing whatever on the app, or if you start maybe like a group on the app, and, you know, you get enough followers in the group, everyone, you know, gets distributed you know, that cryptocurrency token of that project. I mean, really guys, the possibilities are kind of endless, in the sense of kind of giving reward systems back to the, you know, the customers and the users who are actually making the products possible. So, you know, like I never, you know, granted it would be very hard for Google to do this, or even maybe someone even higher, but, you know, in the same way, it makes me go back and think that it may not be, you know, that a lot of these companies are just maximizing profits and just overall being somewhat selfish, maybe in a way, just in my eyes, you know, because there are a lot of different apps that I've noticed in the crypto space that are doing the same thing that Brave is doing, in the way of getting their users involved with, you know, rewards. I'm not, you know, not asking for thousands of dollars a month in rewards, but, you know, just the fact that you could get something small back, such as the Brave browser, or you know, any other way that you're getting back for being a user and supporter of the platform. You know, that's kind of the most important part that I kind of just try to stress, is making sure that, you know, customers are feeling as if, you know, they are somewhat rewarded for, you know, using the platform. Because, I mean, guys, without retail, like, you won't have really anything. You know, imagine if everyone was like, hey, screw Apple, you know, we're not doing this, you know, like, we don't want to do this anymore. I mean, that would be very hard, don't get me wrong, you know, there would have to be another competitor, another way, alternative route we'd have to go. But hey, people do strikes all the time, you know, for work and you know, for rights and bills and all that. Like, people do strikes all the time. So I would see no way, you know, people, I feel like we often forget as people that, you know, us as consumers run the business sector, really. You know, the big dudes do their part, but without people to buy their stuff, you know, they kind of become useless. So that's really that's kind of the brief overview I wanted to explain. It wasn't a very long article at all. It was really only like 3 paragraphs, but that is also a great thing about being into this space, is that you can have rewards like this. For example, like let's go to just get off topic for a sec. So going to Uniswap, I remember before Uniswap became their exchange, in DeFi summer, decentralized DeFi summer is what, you know, we call it. It was in the months of July through like August of when decentralized finance kind of just got its first pump, and this is when Uniswap wasn't even, I don't even think where it was today, even close. But they had airdrop. So an airdrop, all that is, you know, if you support a project early enough and, you know, you like the white paper and you enjoy the development of the sector of the project, you can sign up for airdrop, and, you know, you would get free tokens, you know, from that airdrop, or whatever it would be. Sometimes it's not always free tokens. Sometimes it's, you know, NFTs or whatever. But you would get something free from that, and, you know, people got free Uniswap tokens, and, you know, at no cost at all, just for signing up and, you know, using the platform for the very first time. So I think it was like 50 Uniswap tokens or something. They were valued at like 2 cents or something, maybe 100. I know some people who got a good amount, and now Uniswap is worth, if we go to CoinGecko, we can see that Uniswap, I believe, last time I checked, I think it was like, oh my gosh, like 29 or something. It's $29 right now. So technically, I'm not saying this is gonna happen every time with every IPO project, but going out into the space and finding projects that are newly arising, of course, do your due diligence and be careful. But there is so much extra revenue in this space to be made. It is truly crazy. It is actually unreal. You can go and do extra. You can do things like BAT, basic attention token. You can go off and you can stake. You can stake your coins, put them in the network, and you get paid out passively from that coin. So you're like, I stake, Cardano, and Cardano gives me per month, I think, like extra like 5 Cardano a month. And granted, I mean, if I believe in Cardano long term, and if let's say Cardano goes up to $10, therefore I just doubled my money off something that I'm already. It's the compound interest, snowball effect, and that's really like what I try to open up doors on this channel for, is just kind of talking about things like that, is how you can really compound your money in this space, and really other spaces, because that's really the way that that you achieve just crazy amounts of money and wealth, is definitely just compound interest. It's the snowball. It is truly it is a wonder of the world. It blows my mind. It really does. I put in Patreons. You guys literally know. I put the compound interest calculator in Patreon, and you guys can see for yourself just how simple it is to from $200 over the course of weeks and months and years, and continuously DCAing and such. So sorry, I got off topic just for a second, guys, but I got really into it just because there's just so much great stuff going on, and it's going to be a great summer. So awesome, guys. Cool. And also, we're going to go over to the State Street. Oh, yes, this is exactly what we're going to cover. Ooh, this is going to be awesome. Oh, wait, actually, before I get ahead of myself, I'm so sorry. We need to go to Q1 institutional growth slows down and retail ramps up. So just for the story short, we are not going to go through all of this. This is a lot of data. I don't really think that's all important either. I looked at some of this, and I didn't think it was ton important. You guys know I'm not here to read word for word. I read these articles, and then I give my best brief breakdown as to what to expect from this article, just because we don't have time to sit here and read all these articles. You guys already know. So awesome, guys. So really, okay, as you can see, if we went through the charts, when we went through it, or at least when I went through it, institutional slowing down, retail is coming up. Yeah, the reason that I do believe that retail is probably ramping up is because of a number of reasons. So you have high net worth individuals, Tom Brady, you got Paris Hilton just from last week. You have who else is doing? I remember Gronkowski not too long ago. You got some really top tier people who are coming here and pushing blockchain technology. So like I said, or actually like I covered a ton a little while ago. Here, if we go to, let's see here. Here we go. Real quick, I mean, I've covered this. I did this a little bit in my last year. I haven't done it in a while, but most people come into space. You come in, you maybe start. Let me do this easier. You maybe start with BTC, right? And then you actually may also start with blockchain as well. So there we go. So starting at the top, this is what you're gonna have. So from there, like you're brand new to this, you're brand new here. You have no idea. You hear Bitcoin, you're like, oh, what is Bitcoin, man? Or like, what is BC? So you can go really one of two ways. This is just my personal view of it. So you meet in the middle with both of these, and honestly, I would say that blockchain is above BTC, because you can't have any of these without blockchain. So they meet in the middle. Hey, I'm new. Blockchain and BTC. Ooh, that's cool. What else is on the blockchain, or what else is behind Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin the only cryptocurrency? What else does it do? Are there any better projects than Bitcoin, or is there anything better than there comes the question phase. Where does people start asking all these questions, and then from there you can break down into you go from blockchain, then you go to Ethereum, and that's usually how it goes. People who skip this step, it doesn't usually end up very well for them, I'm gonna say, because this right here, as you guys know, like we've covered a ton, that this right here goes endlessly. So from Ethereum, you now break down into just, so you go to DeFi, and then you go to Oracle protocols, and then you go to, oh my gosh, and you see what else, and then I'm really trying to think what else Ethereum connects. It connects literally almost everything, and then you go to Uniswap. So you go to exchanges, then you have certain exchanges that run on Ethereum, and you just get a whole massive web of. Excuse my drawing as well, please, guys. I'm not an artistic person. Actually, yes, I am, but I don't do this type of stuff. I'm not a good drawer, but. long story short, guys, you really fall down a spiral rabbit hole of projects and understanding of this space, and you see now how a lot of these things connect to one another and how they make things, function even better. So I just wanted to cover that real quick. I haven't really drawn on that in a while, but I always know for my visual learners, since I don't have my webcam on today, it is a little bit easier to understand. So there are a couple reasons as to why retail is popping up. We got a lot of famous people, a lot of high net worth individuals pushing. The news is picking back up. I think the search trend volumes have now hit an all-time high once again for Ethereum and for cryptocurrency in general. As well as we're seeing small investor activity pick up. We're seeing transaction growth trails off. It's super simple. From quarters, of course, from Q1, Q2. I don't know if they jumble them all together just for, like the end of the year. But overall, we're seeing a lot of uptick in search volume and just a lot of more interest just for, some obvious reasons that is going on, with the news sector. And also, guys, going on to State Street of start trading on crypto of their platform. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that so wrong. State Street to start trading crypto on their platform to help build some infrastructure. So going down to State Street, I do not know a lot about State Street, but apparently here we can actually just read right here, just the first intro. So State Street is the second oldest bank in the U.S. and the $3.1 trillion in assets under management has signed up to new bank-grade trading platform for digital assets. The platform is set to go live mid-year. So that is phenomenal news to hear. If I say so myself, we know that banks have been very, very skeptical and not doing very good with cryptocurrency. They, of course, they just don't talk highly of it for obvious reasons. We know that decentralized finance is a direct gut punch to these main AAA banks. I know a lot of these banks are, they're shaking in their boots pretty hard about the whole decentralized finance sector for everything. And for those who may not are having trouble wrapping their head around decentralized finance, it gets a lot simpler than that. I'm going to be 100% honest. It's not as bad as you guys think it is at all. Let's see if we can. Let's pump that up just all the way. Perfect. Let's get this all brushed up. And then I can kind of just give a little light drawing of decentralized finance. It's nothing too hard to understand. So everything that we have in the finance sector is DeFi. So you have loans. Yeah. I guess we can call credit in there because credit, lending. Let's see what else we got in here. Deposits. We have literally everything. So I think you guys understand the point. So everything that you can have in your regular finance sector is equivalent to DeFi. And the idea of moving it over to decentralized finance is for a couple things. So you have 100% transparency, through the blockchain. You can see everything that's happening. Nothing is hidden. Let's see what else we have. We have certain cap supplies on coins. You have it's actually not only just Bitcoin either, actually, guys. There are some coins that actually do have a very limited supply. I think ADA or Cardano is 65 million or something. So, that's the super cool thing about, fixed supplies and, the cryptocurrency sector is that you can just have a lot of different ranges of centralized finance or decentralized finance in the world of, deposits, loans, crypto, and lending. So that's the cool thing about it. And so going back to the main article of what we were doing over here. So them having access to these futures and the overall cryptocurrency trading as they're doing is a massive news. They handle $3 trillion in assets, guys. That is a lot of money. And them stepping into the space, even just doing 2% or 4% of what they're allocating or whatever they're going to do here is going to give us a massive rally and a massive boost. So the bigger guys are stepping in. They're here to play. Like I said, guys, no one wants to be first. No one wants to be last. That's really as simple as that. So really plan accordingly and, do your own due diligence and see how you are feeling, really about this news. Me personally, big bullish news, 100%. Awesome. And guys, I believe that is it for the articles that I wanted to cover today. We are clocking about 30 minutes. That is completely fine. Awesome. And I think I want to cover the charts just for a second. Guys, I guess we'll hop in here real quick. So real quick, I wanted to hop into the trading view charts just real fast. This won't take too long because I want to try to I want to get you guys out of here before 35 minutes, 100%. So what I have here, guys, as you guys know, I don't do a lot of, I'm not a crazy big trader, not a crazy big TA guy at all. Sorry, let me take that back. I do TA to understand my investments. I'm not a big trader. I just don't like the idea of, trying to time things and do everything along those lines. So what I have here, I have very simple indicators. I have the BTC long curve zone lines. We're going to explain that. And we also, I don't know what other indicator this is. What is this? The bull market support. Okay, I have the bull market support bands. There we go. That's what it is. And the MACD trend. So if we zoom out here, so the red line indicates really bad overbought. Yellow line is just about right, and the green line is, that is very undervalued. If we went back to our rainbow chart, rainbow BTC chart, this will make more sense also when I get this all pulled up. This will make a lot more sense. So as you can see here, pretty close to what we see on the rainbow chart. Here, let me pull these both out so I can get these both side by side, so it makes a little bit more sense. So, kind of just in the same sense, it's pretty much the exact same thing, just it looks a little bit different on TradingView. So just wanted to kind of get that out of the way. So honestly, really what we're viewing here, this is just a good indicator I like to know, kind of to see where we are in the market. So we are just above that yellow threshold, about where we are, about that middle neutral phase. And remember, guys, that neutral is still bullish also. And the bull market support bands, that those yellow or those green and red bands that you see there, those bands only apply in bull markets. So the idea of those is to say, as you can see, we've dipped below those bands before, and that's not the worst thing in the world. It really just gives you an indicator about how the strength of the market is going. So you can see here that we have, this is the overbought territory. So you can see around once we top the top of that Bollinger Band at the top, if we were to kind of touch those red zones, that would kind of be a good indicator that you might want to either pull some money off the table, or you might not want to buy in at that price point, because that's most likely overbought territory and really overvalued for that, for the asset. Not saying, me personally, I think buying Bitcoin at any time is appropriate, but there are certain times that you can definitely time the market a bit better. Even if we zoom just a little bit out, and the bottom test line, of course, like we covered, is kind of the underbought territory. So we're kind of sitting between, these two sections right here. We've covered this a little bit of plenty of times. So, we're not, oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that, guys. Whoops. So, I mean, this just gives a good indicator. I didn't really want to cover this too in depth. There's really not too much to cover in depth. This is just overall a really good indicator to kind of see where we're sitting at, and how you want to, either if you want to trade, where to get your entries in, and if you want to kind of figure out how to take your profits precisely, this is also a good way as well. So that's really all it for the day, guys. That's nothing too wild out of the ordinary today. It was pretty, we can even look at the Coin360 desk. I think we're having an overall pretty good day today, I'd say. Yesterday was pretty bad, pretty bloodbath. So those were some good buying days. Yesterday was a great buying day if you guys got the chance. So big kudos to you guys if you did that. Let's see, coin usually doesn't take this. Oh yeah, we're okay. Yeah, pretty overall green day today, guys. So we're kind of bouncing back, rallying back. So overall, pretty good day today. So absolutely, guys. Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. Like always, please be safe. Any questions you guys have, please shoot me an email or a Discord ping, whatever works for you guys, or a Patreon message, whatever works for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and I hope you guys have a great day.